Chat's probably going to go out to load up. What a journey. What a journey it has been to write, cast, direct, mix, and upload an audio drama. Especially of the two series that I've been working on since late 2017, or at least for YouTube, that is. That's with my two series of Supersonic Squad and the PlayStation All-Star series. Named after a game that not very many people like. But yeah, the end of the journey. This is the end of it all. Very flabbergasted. I mean, I never really thought it would come to this. I never thought it would end like this. But again, considering the circumstances as to how these audio plays are received, that it's not really a format of entertainment that a lot of people would go for, I think now's the time to put it all to rest. And I want to thank all my voice actors for being there with me as I crossed the finish line of that journey. All of my co-writers or just supporters in general. Even if they didn't do any voices or writing or editing, they still appreciated it. I do realize that, yeah, it's a very small number. Even small numbers, they're there to support you. Doesn't have to be all that big. I know. But I'm just trying to think of something that would help my channel grow. Try to think of what do people actually want. I mean, I've already covered this in another video. I made it when we were far out of town. And now that I'm back, I guess we can get right into it. The final audio drama. Alright? The latest installment of my PlayStation All-Stars series. This is the 31st episode that I made. It's called Manhunt. And before we get into this, let me give out some pointers already. This is the first and only episode in which I used DaVinci Resolve to mix the audio, to do all the editing stuff. It was the first and only episode in which I used this mic right here. This Shure 7. Shure M7. I got that mixed up. Shure M7 USB microphone instead of my gaming headset like I did for seasons 3 and 4. The quality really sucked. And the first time in about 2 years that I voiced Lan Hikari. Because in between, Lars Joink did it. I thought about asking him, hey, can you just do these few lines? Lan doesn't have much to say. Then I'm like, well, he's been doing a lot of traveling as of lately, so I think I'll leave him be. And of course, we cannot forget the legendary Varia 31, reprising Needles for like the umpteenth time. Since the very beginning, he's been doing it. I'm glad that he was able to do it again, because he loves doing it, alright? Okay. Are we all ready? Because I am. Again, I never thought it would really come to this. But it has now. Let's do it. Yes, it is basically a direct sequel to Season 4. If you recall, Sly Cooper killed Shang Tsung.
Ratchet, you've been awfully quiet all day.
It's just that time of year, Clank. It's my birthday, and I'm in no mood to celebrate. I don't get what's so special about it if I never experienced the love of my parents. They died before I even knew them.
They had to save you. They wanted you to be the hope of the Lombaxes. And remember, you are still surrounded by very close friends. More than friends, actually. Like a family. You have always been a brother to me, Ratchet.
Thanks, pal. We've been like family for all these years. I wouldn't want that to stop.
Yes, but I am not the only one.
Hey, Ratchet!
Oh, hey! What brings you here?
I heard it was your birthday, so I thought I'd whip up something special for you.
The very first time that our own Antonia Christo, aka Diamond Dubs, has voiced a character for this series. I mean, she's mostly done Tails for Supersonic Squad, and when I was coming up with Manhunt, let me do a little fix right here real quick. When I was coming up with Manhunt, I thought I'm gonna do a little more variety this time. All right. I thought about asking Crystal Swarney to reprise Pupperoo like she did for seasons 3 and 4, but then I'm like, let me try to change things up a little bit. Do what my Supersonic Squad audience would not expect me to do. They'd be like, oh, is that Diamond Dubs? I never saw that coming. But she did a great job providing yet another great English voice for Pupperoo. All right, and also big ups to Matt Clemens, aka MC Voices, for doing Ratchet again, and for a couple other characters that you will hear along the way.
You made me a cake?
Mm-hmm. All by myself. And I brought a gift for you, too.
The Canterbury Tales! Oh, I've been meaning to dig into these for a while now. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Sit down. Let me slice you some cake.
See? My point is proven.
I know. You win.
I really hope you like this, Ratchet.
This is really delicious. I forgot you were very good at cooking.
My treat for you.
At the same time, I'm very proud of you. You went out of your way to do all this for me. You didn't have to, though.
I know you don't really feel very happy on your birthday. I wanted to cheer you up, to give you a friendly reminder that we're always here for you no matter what.
That does make me feel better. You're a great kid, Pupperoo.
Oh, I should be going now. I finished the cakes so late, but I didn't want you to miss out. Just be sure to return those dishes when you're done, okay?
Can do. I'll even save you a slice. Take care, Pupperoo.
Good night, Ratchet.
Now, I finally used a different sound for the portal that was stationed in Grimm's garage that leads from Veldin to Earth, because in Season 3, I used that same warp sound I did with Chris Thorndyke's portal in Supersonic Squad. I'm like, if anyone was to hear that same sound in both series, they'd be like, I understand it's by the same YouTuber, but is that Chris's portal we're hearing? No, I had to think of something different this time to really make it stand out. There's a little short scene transition.
What would I do without Pupperoo, right? Heck, what would I do without any of you?
See, now you are getting into the spirit. Pupperoo has given you that push in the right direction you needed. Just like how you gave her the right push after she woke from her nightmare. It was that brilliant idea of yours.
Back to the beginning.
Technically, it was Chronica's idea. But either way, I loved it.
That kind of refers to Chronica's Endgame, like the bridge between seasons 2 and 3.
Guys, get some sleep! My ulcers have ulcers!
Alright, I think we should hit the sack. Old man Grimm needs his quiet.
An excellent suggestion.
Good night, Clank.
nightmare begins.
Ratchet, how do we get out of this?
Just hang on tight, Bubbaroo. I'll think of something. Give me your hand! Quick! I'll try to pull us up. Just hang on!
I would have added like a slight reverb to kind of indicate that this is actually a dream, but I guess I didn't really come prepared for something like that. I guess in a way it would have intrigued the audience to think, wait, did we jump in time now? Did we jump further into time? But then when Ratchet wakes up, everything would be clearer.
Please, hurry. I'm slipping.
What? Who's that?
Ratchet!
No!
There we go.
Clink? Clink, please wake up.
Is something bothering you?
Clink, turn on your recorder. I want to add an entry to my virtual journal.
Very well.
So, something happened tonight. And right now, because of that, I'm starting to grow very concerned for a very close friend of mine.
Now, when I wrote that part in the script, I didn't like write those words and then just leave it at that, though. What I did was I wrote the entire journal entry from beginning to end to kind of further build on, okay, what should be the beginning part that you only hear at this scene, and then you hear the entire clip later on in the episode. I was glad that I was able to build on that. And I apologize for forgetting to mention this when we began, but this is also the first and only episode in which original artwork was used. Exactly. It took a while to get it all done, but I should still give props to Phantom for this amazing artwork. She's a great horror artist. Go follow her on Instagram, to keep up to date with her amazing horror art. And, she did an amazing job on this. I really do appreciate what she's done. Really sets the tone for what you're about to hear later on. Dad.
Stay still, will you? I'm almost finished. There. The operation is complete. I hope you appreciate my gift.
What happened? What did you do to me?
You had escaped prison after getting your face pummeled by that Lombax. You were dying, yet I had the audacity to save you. I have just now added new cybernetic enhancements to your body, making you faster, stronger than before.
You may notice that, this music, you might not recognize it because I didn't pull it from anything. I made it myself in GarageBand. It was supposed to be a cover of some soundtrack works by Jeff Scott. I didn't get it all correct, and I ended up cutting some elements out. And what we get right here is like a raw version of what I recorded on GarageBand. And yes, they are referring to events that we heard in Season 3, Rivet smashing Cabal's face with her hammer, and cybernetic enhancements you see right here is to really empower him for that. And also props to my dad for reprising the role of Cabal. Thank you, Dad. You did an amazing job.
Surely this time, Rivets cannot escape you.
Where's Kano?
Still stuck in the slammer. I prefer to keep him away, after what he did to me on Velden.
Rivet ruined me. First she burns my face to a crisp, then she tenderizes it.
You won't let her make you her meal. It's your turn to be the master chef. And the special, revenge!
These are new. They'll work just fine.
Hook swords.
One chopped lombax, sliced and diced, coming up. I hope she's afraid when she sees me. She's gonna be so sorry she ever crossed paths with the Black Dragon. Or even the entire human race.
The entire human race, you say?
You'll soon see for yourself.
This little horror tune to it, because some of these music tracks are from Sound Ideas Symphonic Adventures. It was a CD of production music put out in 1995, and it was like, it's been used in a lot of things, in a lot of media that you probably remember seeing growing up. So, familiarity right there. The next
You
day.
don't usually take the portal this early on weekends. You got any plans for today?
Yeah, I'm heading out to see Pupperoo. I just want to see if she's okay.
If she's okay. Look at you. You look like you hardly slept a wink last night.
I didn't sleep very well. I'm starting to grow worried about her.
She was just fine when she visited last night. If you're concerned about her, how are you going to work on yourself? Nothing? I don't want to have to put him back on the meds.
He has now arrived in Dish Town.
You better be in one piece when I find you.
This is actually really good. You should share your recipes with the others more often.
Glad you like it, Len. You are free to take the recipe home if you like.
Now, in this scene, in this only appearance with Lan, I paid a little homage to David Angus and his song Ballad of the Lin Kuei, which he made specifically for the spin-off series Mortal Kombat Oblivion. And I would pay tribute to that as like a thank you to my brother Forrest at Vanzot Media for the help that he put into this series and for Oblivion. Just, wow.
Don't mind if I do.
Hey, what are you two up to?
Ratchet, you're here awfully early.
He probably didn't want to miss out on all the fun. This curry is downright delicious.
Pupperoo, I just wanted to thank you for those birthday wishes last night. And, to return the favor, how about we just hang out today? Wherever you'd like to go, I'll take you there.
Really? Ratchet, you don't seem like yourself today. Are you doing okay?
I hardly got any sleep last night, but I'm feeling better now. I hope.
Okay. Well, I guess it shouldn't hurt.
Great! Meet me at the portal and we'll get started.
Guess he was very eager. I know you two usually did much together, but this time he kind of rushed it.
You know what I think? I think he's hiding something. And he's trying to distract himself from it.
Looks more like he wants you to distract him. See if you can figure it out.
This will fade out of the song. Later in Los Angeles.
Rivet, are you available?
At least now I am. I just finished breakfast. Your wife was right. Eating on the roof is very relaxing.
Big ups to Thea Salone for reprising Rivet.
Yeah, that's how our first date went. Listen, I want you to do us a favor. Ratchet and Pupperoo had just arrived, but Lan informed me that Ratchet has been acting quite differently today. Pupperoo is doing what she can to get the truth out of him, but you should be our other resort. I don't want Ratchet going overboard.
I'll do what I can to help. After all, it takes a Lombax to know one.
Good. Let me know your findings soon.
Hope Ratchet doesn't make me worry about him too much.
What was that?
That sounded familiar.
Did you miss me?
You!
When was the last time you ran up walls?
That's kind of referencing to when, like, the ability for Rivet to run across walls in Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and with these enhancements, Cabal has done the same as like a little taunt to that. But anyway, here's a battle scene. Once again, me having to record the fight sounds in Mortal Kombat 11. I had to record gameplay and keep the music volume all the way down, keep that silent so I can add my own music in there later on, and try to at least cut some areas where there's like nothing's happening, get back into the fight, make it consistent, and try to hide those unnecessary sound effects like the meter has been built up, you can now use your fatal blow, something like that, whatever it may be. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me. My Amazon Echo thought I was talking to it. But anyway, fight scene, let's go. Let's go.
I thought I was finally rid of you.
Not me, and not the Black Dragon. When you screw with us, you screw with the species we represent.
Way to go, Dad.
What are you trying to do? Trip me up?
Why would I? I'm only doing my job, keeping you away from these people.
That's enough. You want to step away from her, Cabal?
Go ahead and lie, Shepard. Lie to her like you always did.
A little Two-Face reference from Batman: The Dark Knight. You may notice that my dad did a little different interpretation of Cabal's voice this time than he did Season 3. He was more relaxed when he recorded those lines at that time, because he was lying on a bed with that gaming headset on, reading the lines on the printed script. But this time around, I was able to bring him in here in front of this microphone, the Shure M7, and when he recorded, he did a little something different to show more like internal damage to Cabal's lungs by making it sound more scratchy because of the damage that Rivet has done to him. It makes it a little more terrifying to make it sound like he's really out for revenge.
What are you talking about?
Admit it. You want to enslave the Lombaxes like everyone else.
I've already warned you to step away. Do not make me open fire.
I think I can see your true colors now.
Cabal outsmarted me. Rivet, I'm sorry.
After all, didn't one of your own men try to prove human dominance over the Lombaxes?
Stone realized his mistake. He changed his ways and sacrificed himself.
It was something from an episode years back. You won't find it on YouTube, though. It's on fanfiction.net. It's old.
If that's the case, how come Rivet didn't see it?
Because Rift Apart wasn't a thing at the time that I wrote that. But that is resolved here.
She's gotta know all, whether Kronika screws with time or not.
I won't let you trick her. She's stronger than you think.
Oh, really? Then where did she go?
Nice timing.
Yep, she's only proven herself a coward.
There he goes.
This is not good.
Little transition.
Rivet. Rivet, are you there? Answer me.
Why should I?
I'm tracking you right now. I'm setting out a squad to find you.
And I'll be sure to beat down every soldier you send at me.
I tried indicating that she smashed her communication unit to break off the contact from Shepard. This is how her hatred towards the human race is rekindled.
I can't stand these humans, and I can't stand Ratchet befriending them. First chance I get, Pupperoo's going down!
And thus, a story plot idea I had in the back of my head that it's been there for a few months had finally come out to the front. I was finally able to harness that. This is when things start to get really intriguing.
So, what's a good place to start? Just say the word.
Well, Spain Park sounds like a good place to settle. I'd love to relax there.
Spain Park it is.
And they don't mean Spain Park as in the European country Spain. Alright? I'm talking S-P-A-N-E, not S-P-I-A-N. There is a such place as Spain Park. I looked at a map of California to try to find it. Except I didn't use a Golden Gate Bridge for the next scene. I just used any other bridge can do. I'll just make it up. Because after all, they put Sesame Street in New York.
Setting the coordinates. Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just follow me.
Later.
Ratchet, I'm starting to grow worried about you.
I told you I'm getting better. It's just a bad sleep that threw me off, that's all.
What usually puts you back in a good mood?
Being around my closest friends, for one.
That doesn't seem to be working this time around. I might have to stick with him all day to figure this out.
And there's a traffic jam.
Looks like everyone wants to use this bridge today. We can all agree it's much faster to get across by foot at this point, right?
You know what? Why don't we take a speedboat across? It'll be much faster.
Why take more time? The bridge's sidewalk is just a few feet away.
I know, but safety first?
Come on! I've never seen you afraid of heights. Quit faking it.
Fine. Please don't crumble, please don't crumble, please don't crumble.
What are you worried about? We're already halfway there.
Okay, so far so good.
And no, I didn't take the whole halfway there part from Shrek. When they crossed the bridge to the tallest tower. You're already halfway there. No, I didn't take it from there. Although I must admit, I kinda have a fear of bridges. I mean, I don't drive as of right now. And thankfully, I don't, because if I drove on a bridge, I would have gone just crazy. I've had dreams, plenty of dreams, where it's either me driving or someone else driving, but the car would always swerve, and we would always fall right off the bridge into the water. Unpleasant dreams, right?
What can possibly go wrong?
That all what could possibly go wrong shtick.
Did you have to say that?
Yes.
Everyone off the bridge! Now!
Run!
We're not gonna make it!
Grab on!
The bridge is falling down. My fair lady. It's not London.
This is why I wanted to take a boat!
You knew this was gonna happen?
Yeah, and that's the sad part.
How do we get out of this?
Just hang on tight, Pupperoo. I'll think of something.
Now you will begin to tell that the nightmare Ratchet had is beginning to replay itself in real life. But there's going to be a bit of a twist at the end. And maybe, it wasn't the exact same voice bits as from the dream. But things change. That's my only excuse.
Who's up there?
Rivet? But why? Give me your hand, quick! Listen to me. Here's what we're gonna do. There's a boat dock on the other side of the bridge. We're gonna count to 3, then we'll let go of the ledge. We'll swim our way to the dock.
I don't want to fall.
You're gonna have to trust me, Pupperoo. Now count with me. 1. I said 1,
2.
3. Hang on to me!
Beautiful ending to a scene like that. Being that this was the first time that I just kind of let go of the narration bit for this series. I mean, it's not the only time I did, because Naruto and the Missing Ninja 2 does not have any narration. I thought, well, if it worked well for that, maybe I should do the same with this, so that at least this time the series could be taken seriously, so that I can take it seriously. It would be a better work of art. It would be so much better. Just let the atmosphere transition the scenes for you. Let Mother Nature do it. Let the music do it. And that's better direction for you. Alright? I feel like this is the best I've done in that kind of department. Like, let's go. Local witnesses claim they saw a Lombax, the most recent recruit of the League of Heroes, known as Rivet. She was seen leaving the bridge shortly after the hidden explosives were detonated. Since we have not seen her help any victim of this catastrophe, we are beginning to question whether she is the cause of this.
Things are looking up now. The public is beginning to fear her.
I thought you said you wanted revenge on Rivet.
This is all part of the plan, you idiot. I want her to take her rage out on the humans, to make herself a public enemy. That's when I come in and save the day. I'll make short work of her to not only fulfill my revenge, but to also make myself the new hero. Cabal, Slayer of the Lombaxes. That has a nice ring to it.
Why make yourself the hero?
Only the public will see me as such. Behind the scenes, Kano will have no choice but to hand leadership of the Black Dragon over to me.
If only we could see something like that. But alas, Kano is still in prison.
Then I'll really go to town. Rivet's done her part, now it's my turn. Though I still gotta make sure her petty friends are out of the way.
Perhaps you have made him too powerful, sir.
That's what I'm afraid of, Lawrence. He can destroy even me. I gave him those enhancements, but now I'll have to punish him.
If Rivet had humbled Cabal in the past, she may easily do it again. Her newfound hatred for the human race will be her motivation to finish him.
No, I have a better idea.
And we shall see that better idea right now. In the next scene.
Follow me. We're gonna swim all the way to that dock.
I can't swim very well. My body hurts right now.
Mine too. But I can't let that slow me down. Never mind. Hey! We need help here! They're stopping. Come on, get on board.
Uh-oh.
Welcome aboard.
Lawrence? Don't tell me your master Nefarious is piloting this crate.
I'd hate to disappoint you, but I'm afraid he is.
You're welcome.
Sarcasm
I
101.
hate to ask favors from you, but we need a medical kit now. Pupperoo is badly hurt.
At least show some gratitude since I rescued you in the first place.
Correct. This is not another trap for you.
Whatever. Just give us the medikit.
And,
Please?
and
Thank you.
much better.
Okay, show me where it hurts. Eesh, talk about cutting through some skin.
I know it sounds like nothing really happened right there when Ratchet said, show me where it hurts. again, I wanted to avoid narration. I wanted to think of like, okay, as the wound is shown, which is like lifting. Excuse me. Trying to get this on camera. Just lifting this part right here to see a scrape across the sky or like a big cut just right there to get all patched up. Because, trust me, I've had some very unforgiving scrapes across the pavement on the bare skin and saw the bloodshed. That's practically what this unforgiving sharded bridge did. And I thought, all right, cue the music as the wound is shown, going to indicate progression. I hope I was able to clarify that.
The pavement is very unforgiving. This is why I couldn't swim well. My side was cut.
All right, that explains more. Sorry about.
I don't suppose you guys have any nanotech on this boat, would you?
Fresh out.
There you go. Try not to move so much.
But what about you?
I'm alright. I've been through worse.
The back of your head is bleeding.
Some worse than that. Okay, fine. Stitch me up.
And when he says he's been through worse, he means the time Alistair Azimuth got him in Ratchet & Clank Future: A Crack in Time. But then again, Clank was able to fix that by rewinding a small portion of time and prevented that from happening on like the replay.
Gladly.
So, what did you see up there, Ratchet? You looked really shocked.
I saw a rivet up there. I don't get it. Why would she do this to us?
Quite the contrary. Rivet intended to attack Pupperoo only.
Just me? But why?
Rivet has rekindled her hatred for humankind. She doesn't trust you or your human friends anymore.
Rivet would never turn traitor just like that, right? Ratchet? Are you okay?
No, it's just as I feared. In a way, I'd let you down.
Ratchet!
Not now. Take us to the SF headquarters.
Should we tell them who the mastermind is, sir?
In due time, Lawrence. If we disturb Ratchet now, he's liable to lash out like a mad dog.
Maybe a lion. Scene fades. On to the next one.
All Ratchet said was that he somehow knew that bridge was under attack, and that he had let me down. I'm not sure what he meant by that. He wouldn't tell me.
That makes him sound like a psychic. Kind of. To those of you who didn't understand that, this with Agent Shepard, he said psychic, not sidekick. Psychic, like psych-o, you know.
You knew the bridge would be sabotaged. You didn't know Rivet was behind it.
Perhaps I should tell you what he meant.
You know?
He recorded it in his most recent virtual journal entry last night.
Then perhaps you won't mind spilling the beans?
I don't know. I mean,
I like beans.
I do want to help Ratchet in every way I can. But at the same time, I don't want to invade his privacy.
Do you want to solve this puzzle or not?
It's all right. I'm willing to play the recording for you, but only this once.
Very well.
I hope Ratchet doesn't get upset about this.
That's the only worst thing that could happen.
There's a little teensy bit of inspiration from the fiendish works of Dr. Fear, but now you can finally listen to the message in its fullness.
So, something happened tonight. And right now, because of that, I'm starting to grow very concerned for a very close friend of mine. I had this dream where Pupperoo and I held onto the edge of a broken bridge. I tried pulling us back up, but something distracted me, and I lost my grip on Pupperoo. I watched her fall. It was a very frightening sight for me. In a way, it might have served as an ugly reminder of when I had failed her before, and I'm beginning to fear that I may do it again somehow. Now I'm starting to really worry about her. I'm becoming concerned for her safety. I can't lose her again. Not someone I wanted to pick back up when she was down.
Which he did in The Awakening, the beginning of the story, the beginning of the timeline.
She's such a good kid. She visited me for my birthday and helped get my spirits up. She means so much to me. She's family. I want her to be safe.
So that's what this is all about. Deep down, Ratchet is hurting so much. All for me.
My secret is out now, huh?
Sorry, it had to be done.
Lan told me you weren't yourself today. I told Pupperoo and Rivet to keep you in check, but it took us a walking, talking trash can to get the truth out.
On behalf of the public health system, I resent that.
Ratchet,
Sorry, thought you were a trash can. Ratchet Clank movie reference.
why didn't you tell me you were worried about me?
I hurt you before when I stubbornly left the League of Heroes.
Which happened 2017. Been a while.
Considering the bond that we had for so long.
You mean you temporarily left?
I know. Grim gave me the pep talk I needed.
As we heard in War of the Worlds, the Season 1 premiere. There are a lot of flashbacks to this.
He reminded me how much you meant to me, Pupperoo. You're more than just a friend.
I remember that. I was so happy to see you again. I was happy you were willing to stick around. But you didn't let me down again this time, Ratchet. What happened on that bridge was different. You knew what to do. And both of us made it out alive. I'm right here with you, Ratchet. I'm alright now.
Thanks, pal. I really appreciate it. But we still need to figure out why Rivet's turned on you. She couldn't have done it willingly.
She didn't. I shot her in the arm by accident. I was under pressure, trying to hit the one who manipulated her.
It's practically what we heard on that roof. Shepard tried to shoot Cabal under pressure, but Cabal dashed away and ended up hitting Rivet in her flesh arm. I mean, if it would be her robotic arm, it would have just bounced off, as we would all know. And let me take a moment to apologize for the mirrored image of Rivet in the artwork. Alright, I sent Phantom the official render from Rift Apart, but I guess she must have flipped that image to put her on the far right side to pose her that way. But mirroring that image also resulted in mirroring the design, because we all know that Rivet's robotic arm is the right one, not the left one. But that is a common oversight that I was willing to forgive.
Whoever it is, he apparently knows just how to push my buttons.
Buttons? Hold on a minute.
What are you all looking at me for?
Perhaps you won't mind if we peek at your search history?
Oh, female.
There is a chance he would have recorded his previous encounter with the criminal mastermind.
Along the way, I wanted Clank to suddenly stumble upon a recording of Lance and Janice, as Dr. Nefarious always seems to glitch into whenever he's under a lot of anger or stress. But I guess it was best to cut that kind of humor out of the equation this time around. Because this episode was to be a bit more emotionally driven and with touches of horror to it.
This is all part of the plan, you idiot.
Recording.
I want her to take her rage out on the humans, to make herself a public enemy. That's when I come in and save the day. I'll make short work of her to not only fulfill my revenge, but to also make myself the new hero. Cabal, Slayer of the Lombaxes. That has a nice ring to it.
Cabal? Rivet smashed his face with her hammer. How could he have survived that?
I knew it was him all along. But thankfully, you went the extra mile to expose his full plan.
I gave Cabal cybernetic upgrades to his body.
I can help take all that away. I began creating a kill code that will disable his new parts, weakening him and making him easier to humble.
We'll be needing that, as well as our holoflex suits for more protection. It won't be easy convincing Rivet of what's really happening, but it's worth a shot.
Clank and I will stay behind in case either Cabal or Rivet intrudes the SF base. We'll let you know if that happens.
Stay safe, guys.
Suit up, let's go!
Transition.
Well, Nefarious, you brought us here. Do you have the kill code ready?
It's almost completed.
Good. With Cabal slowed down, he won't be able to use Rivet against us or humanity.
Can I please try to talk to Rivet? I really want to prove that my friendship with her is legitimate.
What friendship?
Rivet!
Step away from the human, Ratchet. She's had this coming for a long time.
Pupperoo, get inside with Nefarious. I'll deal with this. Lombax to Lombax.
Very well. Please help her.
Rivet, do not make me defend myself against you. You should not be listening to Cabal.
He made it very clear to me. Humans cannot be trusted. And I really don't need you acting buddy-buddy with them.
Not every human is hostile. My closest human friends have given you much respect.
Let's just say that's a combustor, shall we?
You mean they tried to use me?
Rivet, you know that's not true!
Stop trying to defend them! Shepard hurt me, and it's a matter of time before Pupperoo does the same.
Pupperoo isn't like that at all. She cares about you more than you know. Never once has she hurt you in any way. If you keep this up, the humans are bound to exterminate you for real. I don't want that happening to you.
Let them come at me. I can take them all. And if you care about them so much, I'll have to put you down too.
You wouldn't.
I'm sorry I have to do this, but my mind is made up.
Fine. If you won't listen, I'll make you understand.
With a tempest?
It's the only way.
Nice taser, Ratchet.
Don't try to move. Your whole body is paralyzed. I set the tempest to the lowest power.
So, what next? You gonna cage me like an animal? Like the humans would do?
You still don't get it, do you? You once said that my friendship with Pupperoo served as an example to you. That there are many humans out there who dedicate themselves to protecting others.
Season 4
I
reference.
saw you getting along with them so well. You can't throw that all away.
How have you not let the humans slow you down?
Both my first friend and my first enemy on Earth were humans. For my enemy, the Dark Knight, I fought him because I had to.
Again, another callback to The Awakening. And if any of you are familiar with that story, the Dark Knight was actually Marcus Kane, but under Needle's influence.
He wanted to hurt Pupperoo, and I could not let her go unprotected. She needed me. Sure, some humans didn't trust me at first sight, but so what? I still had the ones that mattered to me the most.
Pupperoo told me that story before, but she never told me how you really felt about the human race.
It's a bit of a hit or miss. You just gotta look hard for the right ones. Remember, Pupperoo still sees you as a friend. She wants you back.
Let that moral kind of sink in. Alright. Sure, some people are hit or miss, but you just gotta look hard for the right ones. You gotta look hard for the right kinds of people that you would allow into your life. But then again, look for both sides of the coin if you want to know everything.
Speaking of which, let's hope she's alright in there.
fight scene.
Are you even trying?
I can't keep him at bay for too long. Hurry up with that kill code.
Stop rushing me! Looks like I gotta make the rules for the Black Dragon now. And my first rule is... no one backstabs, but me! Kill code ready! Activate it!
Nefarious!
Fatality. Ah, gee. This section right here is like the most intriguing. Like the most, like, adrenaline pumping scene in the whole episode. Just so suspenseful all the way through. Love it.
This is how I thank my doctors.
No thanks to you, you freak.
Me? Those Lombaxes are the freaks you're looking for. You're barking up the wrong tree.
I hate lying.
Why reserve the doc's head? He means nothing to you now.
Even if he can't make the last move, I still can.
No. No!
Thank
Did you get him?
Chef Scott.
Nefarious finished the code, but I had to activate him for him. Cabal is finished.
Great work.
I'm afraid I still don't really understand.
It's alright. I'm sure you will soon.
Can you not hug me?
Hey, lay off her, Rivet. Pupperoo's showing you that she forgives you. You're still a friend to her.
Sorry.
We still have the evidence of Cabal's trick.
This is all part of the plan, you idiot.
Another replay.
I want her to take her rage out on the humans, to make herself a public enemy. Cabal, Slayer of the Lombaxes. That has a nice ring to it. It sure does.
Last-ditch effort for revenge, setting off a booby trap. Now that kind of puts in our head that moment from Sky High, that Disney movie Sky High, where pretending to be unconscious, Royal Pain reaches for her wrist device and activates her last-ditch effort. But I mainly kind of took inspiration from the original Predator film with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's that cackling laugh that he recorded that the Predator replayed later on before he did his last-ditch effort. So, there's a little nostalgia right there.
He set up a booby trap.
We have to get out of here.
I know it seems pretty long, but I had to make it as realistic as I can, as to be like, how many rooms do they need to burst through and make it out in time?
Whew, we made it.
We saw an explosion from out here. Are you all okay?
Yeah, we're fine. Except the Black Dragon is obsessed with decapitating Nefarious.
They must really hate robots. Where's Cabal?
He's gone. He set off the bomb as a last-minute trap for us. We don't know whether he went with it or if he escaped.
I'll send some of my men down there to search for his body. As for you, meet me back here at the base.
Can do.
Now what?
Ermac!
You are needed.
Hey! Put Ratchet down!
Don't worry about me. Just get out of here.
Ratchet!
Nice. So, this is how MC Voices got casted as Ermac for the first time. So, when Matt messaged me saying, do you need any help were you able to get Nefarious's old voice actor back? Because in season 3, we got Cam the Man in there, Cameron Fernandez, to voice Dr. Nefarious. I messaged him about it on Discord saying, hey, would you like to reprise the role? But never heard back from him. And just in case he never got back to me, I recorded my own take on Nefarious, and that's what you heard here. And when Matt asked, have you gotten Nefarious back in here? I thought I recorded my own little placeholder, but I think I might have an extra role for you if you're interested. How would you like to voice Ermac? Matt said, I don't know what he sounds like, though. I mean, I guess he didn't remember that I had voiced Ermac in season 4. So I'm like, well, for a little further study, here's this little voice comparison video by Generation West. And he was able to pull it off so well. And yes, you did hear some backwards talking from when he did those spells. If you want to know what exactly he said, there's a raw take behind the scenes video on some of these recordings. You'll be able to hear for yourself.
We have brought you our subject.
Excellent.
Shinnok.
Welcome to the Netherrealm, Ratchet. We hope you are ready for our newest experiment.
The Netherrealm? So, this is where you freaks come from?
He means welcome to hell.
You should be gone for good.
My, aren't we feisty today?
Go.
If a bomb in your chest can't stop you, then maybe a hacksaw to the throat will.
Enough, both of you. I understand all the years you two have been at each other's throats. But save it for after the experiment is complete.
Says the talking severed head.
Yes, Needles severed off Shinnok's head. And it's still talking, thanks to some God of War magic.
My patience is ended. Ermac, do your job.
As you command.
Soul extraction.
Just as I had expected.
What did you do?
Ermac was successful in creating an exact duplication of your soul. All it needs now is a new body. But first, our second subject. Calm yourself. You have survived much worse.
True.
Now that we have 2 duplicate souls, one from Ratchet and one from Needles, we are ready to begin the final phase, to create a new living being of destruction. Ermac, combine them!
These souls will create a deadly weapon.
Well, that felt great.
A new enemy.
It is a success.
Perfect.
What is that? What? Don't you mean who? Well, let me put it to you this way. I'm you and him together.
A Lombax with my persona. I already like it.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
But I'm not gonna use your stupid name. Ratchet is so cliche. Ugh. I prefer, ooh, I know, Hatchet. Yeah, that's better. Hearing my name will make you picture me chopping you up into little pieces.
So, there we go. I'm pretty sure that anyone could have come up with like an evil Ratchet dilemma. I get that. I've already seen some people try it out, but this was something I wanted to experiment more on. And I kind of thought about this when working on season 4 to kind of fill that gap for the last couple episodes of that season, because again, it wasn't long enough when I finished the first half of the script. And this was going to be the original, last couple episodes for it until it got replaced with Cyrax, Sector, Kratos, Shang Tsung's death, and all that. So I was finally able to bring it to life this way. And also, I thought of like an alternate way of how Hatchet would have been conceived, and it would have been a lot more gruesome, gritty, edgy, and just maybe even gory. But to kind of keep my audience for this kind of a series, to keep that audience, I toned it down to simply, take the two souls, fuse them together, and that creates him. But the other way I thought about doing it was kind of like how Evil Ash was formed in the film Army of Darkness. Now, Ash Williams was cloned, and the other one is all crazy. It would be that Needles' soul would be duplicated first, and just forcefully Ermac would shove that soul down Ratchet's throat, and then like his body just starts to boil and mutilate, and the formation of Hatchet on him would form as they would then just split apart. It would just be sending him on the verge of panic and insanity. It would be just very, very horrifying, and we'd be hearing all this flesh peeling sounds as Ratchet's just panicking, he's losing his mind. And I mean, of course I wouldn't use the line, "It's growing inside of me," because Ash has already said it. It's already iconic of him to say it anyway. But I'm like, I still think I should tone this down, alright? As cool as it would be, this would be given an R rating if that were to happen. So I think we're good.
You can't do this!
Silence, fool!
So, let me get this straight. This evil twin is gonna cause mayhem, and the real Ratchet will be blamed for all the trouble.
Precisely.
Almost like Marcus and I.
I wish I could stay in chat, but I have places to go and people to deceive. And don't worry, I'll take care of the kid.
Monsters Incorporated?
Stay away from Pupperoo! Ha! Make me! Oh, did that hurt? It's only gonna hurt a lot worse soon. Goodbye, farewell. Partying is such a pain in the neck.
Defeating the Shadow of Doubt.
And now, you two. Finish him!
Finish him!
You've had this coming for a very, very long time.
Your eternal agony is now inevitable.
Gotta figure out my way out of this fast. Wait a minute. Maybe if I release all the nanotech from my suit and cut off the life support system, they'll think I'm making a suicide attempt. It would look like I've ended myself before they can finish me. It's gotta work.
And I hope you all caught that. I hope you caught all that, because it was quite difficult trying to get the thought quotes in the right filter to indicate, oh, this guy must be thinking, but I wanted to make it as audible as possible.
That's new. I've never known him to take the coward's way out. Something's not right.
We sense his soul is still alive. He is trying to fool us.
Sorry, not sorry.
Miserable rat!
The last time that we will ever be able to hear that beautiful reused quote again. That quote was first used in White Wolf Part 3, all the way back in Season 1. Come on out, you miserable rat! And heck, I even reused it for that diabolical Cobra character in Naruto and the Missing Ninja because it was the same voice actor, same, similar sinister voice. But I thought about reusing it again as Needles, once again, just for old time's sake. I'm gonna miss having Varia 31 as Needles. It's just incredible.
Stop him! He has seized our Kamidogu!
See you around! I made it back. But if that clone of mine ever lays a finger on Pupperoo, I'll serve him a severe head trauma.
It's actually the name of the first Vomitous Discharge EP, Severe Head Trauma. Christian Goregrind.
This isn't fair. Rivet's in recovery. Nefarious is undergoing repairs, and Ratchet is still missing.
My men are still searching all over for him. We're doing our best. Just keep your finger off the panic button. You shouldn't get too worked up. Poor kid.
How'd you get up here so quickly?
Sorry, no time for questions. I need to see someone.
Ratchet?
Well, here I am. Made it out in one piece.
Really? You look better than when you were taken.
I gave myself a full dose of nanotech. I should be good as new now.
Well, if you still have some nanotech, you'd give Rivet the rest of it, right?
Sorry I ran out. But everything's fine. Everything's back to normal now. Let's say we head up to the roof, huh?
Who are you?
Caught him pretty quickly.
Watch your tone, little lady. I said I'm okay, didn't I?
Where is Ratchet?
Okay. I see you want to play it the hard way.
She knows him all too well to be fooled. Way to go.
Hey! Let me go!
Let's go have a nice friendly chat, shall we?
Now, originally, I wanted to end that scene differently. Like, a soldier would take notice that Hatchet was taking Pupperoo with him. He'd be like, hey, stop. I said stop or I'll shoot. Then the real Ratchet would come running right through, saying, coming through. Soldier's like, what the heck? And he would speak with Shepard on his radio saying, sir, I found him. 2 of them, actually. But I still need to give them enough time to get this final battle over with, and let Ratchet's return be a surprise.
What's the matter with you? We're 30 stories up where it kills to fall off the edge, and you're not even scared one bit! You'd look much better when you're frightened.
Big deal. I've been threatened to be chucked off a roof before. It's no surprise to me.
Then you'll look better bleeding.
You don't scare me at all.
Little pocket knife cut to the neck. I mean, then again, maybe it would have killed right at the neck. I mean, I'm not sure where exactly to indicate where the pocket knife was to land. Maybe on the arm. Most likely the shoulder to further put her out of action, to whatever means necessary to prevent her from using her hands to defend herself.
No matter how much you may hurt me.
Not even the fact that I look just like your close friend?
The Ratchet I know would never do this to me. You may have his looks, but never his heart.
That's right.
Ratchet, it's really you.
And here to ruin my fun, too! I'm giving you 3 seconds to let her go. Sure I will. Over this edge.
Don't you creeps have any ideas better than just this?
Even if you were to push her off, I can always form a backup plan. Like they say, I have friends in high places, but my friends will be down below, ready to catch her. Then I hope the trampoline looks snazzy.
It's quite interesting how Matt came up with this personality for Hatchet, for like this acting for him. Because when I gave him the direction on him, I told him, I've been rehearsing these lines, trying to, do a best impersonation of some typical wicked villains, such as Jack Nicholson's Joker from Batman, or Brian Lemon's Luxor Spawndroth from Bibleman, or whatever really stands out. And when he delivered the lines, what he came up with was James Arnold Taylor's voice of the leader, Samuel Stearns, from Hulk Agents of Smash. Because James Arnold Taylor is also the voice of Ratchet, highly known as Ratchet. I thought, well, if we got JAT as the hero, we need a JAT as the villain, and he picked one. And speaking of Jack Nicholson's Joker, this rooftop fight scene, it was like my last way of trying to wrap up the episode, and watching that chapel fight scene at the end of the 1989 Batman film was one thing. But I think I just kind of winged it along the way.
Your time is up. We're taking you in. Okay then, come and get me! Then you'll know just how it feels to be pelted by an Omni-Wrench. If that's how you want to play, I'll be glad to join.
Omni-Wrench fight, let's go.
I want in on this action. At least let me help. Please.
Okay, just stand back for a bit. My poor cranium! Take my glove. Find a good weapon from there.
I'm on it. Drat! My wand isn't included in Ratchet's arsenal. I'll have to go his style now.
Any time now, Paparoo!
I can't find a good weapon.
Just pick any and hurry up!
This is the best I can find. We got you now, Faker. I got a suck cannon fit just for you.
You wouldn't do this to your close friend, would you?
Wrong friend. Man, it really sucks to be him. Care to do the honors? Are you okay?
You probably notice, like, the whole last words before ending the battle. That was actually quite similar to, like, unknowingly, it was similar to Total Recall starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. You wouldn't do that to me. You wouldn't shoot me, would you, honey? Bam! Consider that a divorce.
Just need to catch my breath. Thanks. You were an awesome help.
Hey, you finished him off in the end.
Okay, we did it together. Better?
Fair enough.
What happened here?
Rivet, you're okay.
Yeah, that paralysis didn't hold me for long. I can feel everything now. Except for my tongue.
Star Wars?
Were you two able to work things out?
Mm-hmm. We got everything ironed out.
All is forgiven.
What in the world happened up here?
Would you believe me if I told you?
I've seen plenty of stranger things in all places. Of course I'd believe you.
Reused line from season 2 when Shepard was talking to Lan.
All of you, meet me in the conference room.
I guess I should make an apology too. Sorry today didn't go as planned. I can take you to Spain Park some other time.
It's alright. Now I know you only did it to make sure I was safe. At least we can do it for real soon.
Like I said, you're a great kid.
Flashback time.
What are you doing? You're badly hurt. Let me help you.
No, this is my job. Calypso needs help, and only I can give it to him. He's the only one who can bring everything back to normal. There's still good in him. I know it.
But you're bleeding out. You won't make it in time.
Just trust me, okay? If I don't make it, at least I tried. But... thank you.
Please, be safe.
Let's go. Let's go. It's... wow. Last time we'll ever do something glorious like this. I mean, maybe it's not glorious to a typical YouTube audience, but it was glorious to us. We tried. Trust us, we did what we can. And yes, thank you. Ain't that... wow. That kind of leaves me speechless, because that final scene you hear, where you hear them talking again, it's a different situation, Ratchet's bleeding out, and he needs to go to Calypso. That's like... that was a rewritten scene from a much older episode from 2014. I forgot what it was called, though. What was it called? Hold on. Let me check real quick. Desktop docs. Yes. I know I have it written down somewhere. It was called Boiling Tensions. The episode was called Boiling Tensions, and it was when Ratchet was about to approach Calypso and beg him to end this madness that he's put upon the city and take a different approach rather than just beat at him. He wanted to try to reason with him. And along the way, Gigades, antagonist from Sorcery Saga, same game that Pupperu comes from, Gigades is disappointed to see that Pupperu has sided with Ratchet to try to end this madness, and in his anger, he shoots Ratchet right there on the spot. Ratchet's bleeding out, and he's trying to conserve all this energy. He's trying to preserve himself so that he can still make the final move before anything else happens to him, before he passes along. And thankfully, he survives at the end. So, when Ratchet's about to enter Calypso's blimp, climb that ladder, bleeding, and try to make his way to his goal, Pupperu is trying to... she's showing concern for him and saying, please let me help you. Ratchet's like, no, this is my job. Only I can do this. Thank you. And I rewrote that scene. I added that in there as like a way of flashing back to the bond that they had even in the dream, because that episode no longer exists. It was in the dream era. It was all in Pupperu's head, and the awakening is the start of the current timeline. So I guess that's also a nice nod to when I was really getting into the series, when I was first just building up on it as the months went by, it would be a way of just saying goodbye to the series that I've worked on for almost 10 years. It's been 9 years at this point. Next year it's going to be 10. It's going to be its 10th anniversary. And I really wish I could do something like I said, unused concepts videos. Would have done something for a 10th anniversary. I just couldn't pull myself to do it. Again, considering the circumstances about how highly oversaturated YouTube is. But anyway, it's a nod. It's another way of saying goodbye. Because the song I used during the end credits is called Goodbye. It's by Nights Amore. Bought the whole discography recently. Use that. Goodbye to this whole thing. Goodbye to the format. Goodbye to the audio plays. Goodbye to the series. And, I mean, hopefully not goodbye to the voice actors, though. Like, I'm still in contact with plenty of them. Alright? And they still recruit me for any projects that they want to do with me. And some of those are included in this special thanks section. Alright? You got my brothers, you got my mother, you got Director's Chair Studios, you got Lars. Thank you for being with me on this series for like 2 years. Wow. And Jahan Penelon for like almost 2 years, like a year and a half. Thank you, Jahan. And of course, B-Master for co-writing a few episodes with me. But of course, I cannot forget, because no tears. No. None. And of course, biggest thanks go to Jesus. Just thank him for being the most important part of my life. Just thank y'all so much for everything. I wish I could keep going. But I think I've done all I can. I've done all I needed to. I'm not gonna let it all out on the stream, okay? I don't want to become immature, shed some tears. No, I'm keeping that to myself, alright? So, thank you for watching this with me. I do appreciate it. If I ever start a new live reaction, let's see what it is. Alright, I'm out of ideas, but thank you. Alright, I love y'all.